Hello everyone and welcome to the EGF Season 1 Week 4 in Overwatch. Today, we're starting off with a match between Three Rivers Middle College's Wolfpack and Vinyl Tech's Birds of Prey. This match will be followed up with Norwalk's NHS Bears against Ledyard's Cyber Colonels at 5 p.m. East. My name is the one and only The Dell, and I am joined by my man Ro.
What's up, guys? This is going to be a real crucial match. Both teams need to play this match, and playoffs will be coming up soon. I think that on Temple of Anubis, we're just going to have to see what these teams can pull out. What are you thinking, Del?
You know, Temple of Anubis is on the list of maps that I really don't like, but we're going to get through this real quick, hopefully. You know, what I like to see a lot in these choke-based Assault 2 CP matches is I like to see a lot of Junkrat, I like to see a lot of Mercy, and I like to see a whole lot of Widowmaker. This is probably my second favorite Widowmaker map because the sightlines on this are absolutely brutal. And if the attack team can successfully hit those headshots, which it looks like my boy Lunar is going to be setting up to do, it's going to be a really quick 8-point take. So hopefully we'll see some good headshots, we'll see some sick Junkrat spam, and we'll see how it goes out here today.
Right, and strange enough, we're from the Birds of Prey, we're not seeing a Mercy come out. We have a Lucio Anno instead, and while that might be a pretty strong composition on its own, I still think the Mercy is going to be pretty valuable here for the defense, just in case someone goes down, right?
Definitely the pick, yeah. I could definitely agree with you there, my bud.
All right, so we're going to be starting off here. The Wolfpack actually going to be running the Bastion along with the Widowmaker. Widowmaker going up for the hook shot is not able to get anything for it, but it's still uncontested up on that high ground. Everybody needs to be cowering behind that shield. And now Bastion is going to be setting up. Evan just raining death onto that shield. Lunar able to get the headshot on the Phoenix. That is going to open up the point. If there were a Mercy, that could be res right now, but now it looks like the Birds of Prey have to go in, and they're trying to hold off this assault as long as they can. Lunar's still uncontested on that high ground, and then Catlord's going to be going down to Froyo Bro. Right now, it looks like Evan is going to be setting back up on that Bastion, just going to continue getting picks. Lunar getting another one onto Bark, and another great shot onto Warrionator. Evan going to be taking out Gizmo, and that's got to be the point for the Wolfpack, as Soul is the last person on point. Phoenix able to get back to point, and is going to be contesting for a little bit longer, but Evan's just going to clean up this point.
That was one of the most innovative takes I've seen in a while, and I really applaud the guys for using it. That Widowmaker with the Bastion combo is absolutely what I like to see here, as they kind of finish out this point here. I mean, like, I haven't seen a better take in a long time, and let's way to think outside the box there, boys. We're gonna see the second point take. You know, we're gonna see a Reaper come out, and we are still not gonna see that Mercy pick. So if we see some big DPS ults and a big tank ult from Evan, this is gonna be a really quick take here for the offense.
Right now, walls are up for the side of the Wolfpack, as Lunar got that ultimate so fast on that Widowmaker. Lunar's gonna be able to get the pick on the Bark, and Gizmo is gonna take down the Mercy. However, Lunar getting another pick on the Phoenix. Right now, it's 5v4 on the point. Evan's gonna pop the tank ultimate, taking down Catlord. That's a huge source of protection gone. The Warrionator's gonna be popping the nano boost, and the whole hog's gonna come out from Soul. He's gonna push everybody out the point. The Froyo Bro getting out of his mech. And it looks like the Birds of Prey are gonna be able to hold this. Phoenix just trying to take down Sexy Sniper on that Orisa. Not able to do much because Reaper's just way too much burst damage.
Gizmo, you know, this man is a little bit of a jokester, but he really hit a hard gamble there and got that Mercy pick, which is absolutely great. You know, ultimately that's probably the biggest reason why they're successful. Not having your Mercy for those reses is absolutely devastating for the offense there.
Right, and it looks like Evan's going to opt to switch over to the Pharah. It doesn't look like the Birds of Prey are going to be running any hit scan. So now this Pharah is just going to have free reign. Devolt's going to come back onto the point. Catlord and Warrionator going down to the self-destruct. Phoenix is going down as well, and it looks like we Waifu's actually going to be taking him down. Froyo taking down Soul, and now there's 5 people on the point for the Wolfpack, and now the Birds of Prey. Unable to get that sound barrier off. That's a huge loss as the ultimate gets immediately drained. Catlord getting pushed off the point by the barrage, and Phoenix unable to contest in time.
You know, what a take there. We saw some really high-octane 2CP gameplay there. You know, that really innovative strat that just, I think, completely just caught the offense off by surprise. You know, that's not something I would be expecting, and it really seemed to work well. You know, they just created a ton of space there for Lunar, and Lunar used that space to the maximum effect with the Widowmaker picks. I think he got about 4 kills there on that point A, and then I know at least 2 or 3 on that point B on those final takes, and that's just something that really nice to see there. You know, really see the domination of a strong Widow pick. I think ultimately what set up the defense for a little bit of failure there was, again, not using that Mercy. You know, Widow can hit all the headshots she wants, but Mercy's E button, man, that's a sure powerful ability. And not to mention the healing is just really good too. And one of the reasons why you might be like, well, you know, I really like Lucio. He's a really good aura heal. The reason why ultimately you'd probably want to pick the Mercy is just because you have a Resurrect, which it basically nullifies any pick, and then 2, you have that ultimate, which basically means that Mercy's not going to die unless she's in a really bad position. And that chain healing is just like a mini Zenyatta ultimate that can be flipped onto like a really sick Orisa ultimate. So it's just, Mercy has so much utility and so much powerful just kit right now. It's just absolutely insane. And so those picks are absolutely huge there. Not picking Mercy is just a really big handicap defense there for sure.
Right, now we're gonna see Sexy Sniper on a Junkrat, Evan on the Bastion again. Looks like Cat Lord's shield is gonna go down immediately.
You know, I think that there's probably a little bit of an emotional, you know, recovery that has to be happening here on this offense. I think what they need to do is they need to play a fast-paced comp. They need to get those momentum back, and they need to really bring it to the defense here. And I really want to see some aggressive dive play here, and we'll see if we get that today.
Right now, it looks like they will be running the Lucio Mercy for the attack. We'll see if the Reaper can get up close enough to do a number to this defense set up by the Wolfpack. Right now, there's going to be a lot of damage coming out from Evan. That shield is already pretty unhealthy, and they're able to get that pick on the Bark and Phoenix. They're down 6v4 right now, and they're going to be resurrecting the Lucio. Soul getting a pick on the Sexy Sniper, however, which evens up the fight immediately. This choke is going to be very contested. Cat Lord's shield is very low, and it looks like Froyo Bro is just going to be swinging like crazy as the rest of the Birds of Prey try to run in and capitalize on Froyo Bro's lack of protection on this team. But in the end, Froyo Bro gets taken down. Lunar able to take down Bark, Evan taking down Gizmo, and the Wolfpack are able to hold this point.
You know, Froyo Bro is the man that I like to call that has 100 shatters. He's always consistently playing for that aggressive play to get those ultimate charge, but that was just a little too aggressive there, as we see 2 people drop there from the offense.
Right now, Soul is going to be standing on the side with Royonator, trying to get something done with this Roadhog, but that's an unfortunate anti-heal. Just totally undoes all that Roadhog can really do, is just be this big fat meat shield.
And against the Bastion, against the Bastion, the Roadhog is just really not the pick. You really need to see a D.Va or a Genji come out here really quick from this offense, or else they're in dire straits.
Right now, we see the Pharah pick. That's probably a pretty good idea, just to get some long-range damage in. But now Cat Lord looking really unhealthy. The shield's going down. He's at like maybe 5 health. They need to deal with this Bastion quick. Right now, Gizmo's trying to land some shots on the Evan, but Spork is just pocketing Evan so hard. It doesn't look like they'll be able to break this unless they get some extra damage. Riptire are going to be coming out. And then the Soundbarrier comes out, unable to get anything out of that Riptire, but that's still just going to keep stalling. Nice pin by Cat Lord, but he's going to get melted immediately. That grab's going to come out. That's a fat Graviton. There's 4 people stuck in there, and then a huge Earth Shatter. The pin lands, and Whole Hog coming out from Soul, but he gets taken down by Evan's Bastional, and that's going to be another cleaned up attack.
You know, we're gonna see 5 ultimates thrown out there by the defense there, and that's, you know, that could be really bad for this next push here. We're gonna see the offense come in with Mercy Resurrect and an Earth Shatter, and then eventually even a Reaper ult, which is gonna be really lethal here if they can get this stuff rolling. This is now our do or die for the offense here on this as we head into these final pushes.
Right, and I think the Wolfpack actually recognizes they're pushing up very far to try to get whatever extra poke they can just to build up that extra ultimate damage. Lunar getting caught out a little bit far, but doesn't get hooked, which is very fortunate for his team. And now Cat Lord, there's going to be another fight at this choke. Cat Lord's shield looking so unhealthy, gets immediately taken down by Evan. That shield so unhealthy. Earth Shatter going right into the shield of Lunar. Nice pin by Froyo Bro, but Cat Lord gets resurrected immediately. Evan able to take down Phoenix. And right now, Cat Lord's trying to swing, able to take down Froyo Bro. But then Froyobro gets resurrected immediately again. Catlord landing the pin onto Evan. Froyobro getting a pick on the Bark as well. And now the Wolfpack are just holding so steady right now. None of these ultimates really coming out from... None of these high-value ultimates coming out from the Birds of Prey. Just as there was no real opportunity to do so.
No, they're suffering from what I like to call 2 CP-itis, and they're just not able to get through that choke. And they really need
Phoenix trying to land his Phoenix trying to land his ultimate, walking in cheekily with that razor step, but he's just gonna get taken down as soon as he comes out. And that will be a victory for the Wolfpack. There was just no good opportunity for those high-value ultimates from the Birds of Prey, as there was just the shield was always way too healthy on the side of the Wolfpack, as the Bastion was just shredding Catlord's shield.
Time and time again, I think we're seeing really good map craft be the absolute key here to these map runs. I really think that the team that's been putting in the work behind the scenes and really coming up with strategies and playing this stuff out is consistently the team that we're seeing to win. And, you know, we're seeing again like excellent teamwork here from the Birds of... seeing excellent teamwork here from both sides here, but definitely shined out by the Wolfpack. You know, Wolves definitely roam together, and they're really showing how they work together. And I think that ultimately, having that Bastion competition is just something that's really great, and that seemed to really work well for them. And it really seemed like the Birds of Prey definitely just couldn't recover. Good stuff.
Next map here will be Hanamura, and it's a very similar map type. We'll see what the Wolfpack pulls out this time.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, when you talk about these different map types, you know, there's 4 different map types or round types that we see here in Overwatch. We have the 2 CP, we have the payload, and we have the capture point or control. And then also the final game mode is a mix of capture and a mixture of payload. It's called hybrid. And so 2 CP is probably the most infamous game mode in Overwatch. And the reason why that is just because it's dominated by choke play and team wipes, because basically there's the most brutal chokes in the game are always in 2 CP maps, and basically what it means is the win condition of the team, how you actually kind of get control of this point, is you have to get a team wipe. And that's why typically in the higher level scenes on offense, what you'll see is really fast paced, high damage, really bursty kind of comps, because every pick for the offense is essentially worth 2 of the defense, because of how far the defense has to walk back to get to the fight. And so if you want to be really successful as an attacking team on these 2 CP maps, you definitely need a high octane, high pressure situation. And that's something that not only Dr. Disrespect uses in his PUBG gameplay, but also we saw Evan with the Bastion play just creating a ton of pressure on the shield of Catlord there, and it puts you in a position that you're just not comfortable with as a Reinhardt, and it's really good to see. And that's going to be what pulls teams ahead in these 2 CP matches is that high octane gameplay, where we just see really innovative thinking there from the Wolfpack.
All right, we have a bit of a technical issue here, but it looks like everything's in order. The team names were just swapped.
And we'll get right into this Hanamura gameplay today.
Right, we'll just have to see what the team compositions are this time. I think I saw an Orisa come out somewhere for the offense, actually. Yeah,
and you know, Hanamura is a little bit different than the Temple of Anubis. It's less of a Junkrat map and more of an aerial control map, because we have these wide open spaces here at the gate. Typically, what I like to do, in my personal opinion, is I like to get up my Pharah or my Genji to control the back or the left sides, because there's so much little high ground, like kind of like cheeky spots you can sit there and you can poke and gain control of. And so ultimately, the offense here, if they want to be successful, they're going to have to dominate this choke and then dominate the high ground, and that'll be great stuff. And then alternatively from the defense, not only to having a good choke game, well, let them have a stronghold, but also making sure that they're not overextending or just really trying not to die, because if this defense stays alive, they're definitely going to win.
Right, and now for this offense, we're going to see 3 dive characters, but then they're also running the Orisa. What do you think is going on there?
So Sexy Sniper has consistently been picking the Orisa here. I think it's really just a comfort pick for him. So maybe I think what the possibility is that they're gonna use that Orisa orb to maybe pull away some attention and maybe use it as kind of a distraction to open up some room for the Genji and Tracer. Because running Genji Tracer is great on this map with on attack, but a lot of space has to be created for them to really get through and be successful.
All right, now this round is going to be starting. Evan's going to be taking a look over at this high ground. It's not going to see much. Catlord's holding his choke, and the Orisa shield's going to go down for Sexy Sniper. Anti-heal landing on Catlord, and Evan's going to try to land the Swift Strike onto him. The shield goes down for Catlord, and now he's going to go down. Waifu with landing a nice shot onto him. Unfortunately, Lunar's also going to be able to take down Warrionator. Gizmo lands the res on Catlord, but then immediately in turn, Phoenix takes out Lunar and is arrest directed immediately. Evan running on point, trying to distract the Birds of Prey, but the rest of his team seems to still be at the choke. Catlord once again going down. Just too much pressure on that shield, and now the rest of the Wolfpack is going to be running in. Pulse Bomb comes out and is going to do a lot of damage to Skull. Lunar's able to finish off that kill. Now the rest of the team, the rest of the Birds of Prey are going to get swept out.
Definitely my MVP on that push for the attack is always the man holding down the Mercy pick on Spork. This man is just a really consistent healer, and he's really enabling his team to just do whatever they wanted there on the attack.
Right, and we saw Warrionator switch over to the Pharah. He did notice that there was pretty much no hit scan on the other side. Evan's going to pull out the Dragon Blade, taking down Gizmo, but Bark is able to take him down. That's a huge ultimate used up. And Catlord's going to go down to Lunar again, but Bark's able to take down Sexy Sniper. Spork has to use his Resurrect on Sexy Sniper, and now there's just a lot of fighting going on outside of the point. This is a pretty good defense by the Birds of Prey, actually. They're just delaying, they're just putting themselves in a great position. Warrionator able to take down Froyo's mech, and taking down Waifu. Phoenix able to take down Froyo, bro, and that's a dead push for the Birds of Prey. I'm sorry, the Wolfpack. Huge barrage coming out from Warrionator, able to take down the Supercharger, Evan, and Sexy Sniper. Warrionator cleaning up this point, taking down Spork as well. Lunar is able to take down Warrionator, but there's still 5 other members of the team on this point, so they just need to reset at this point.
I'm just blown away by Warrionator there. That was absolutely a massive play from there. That absolutely huge barrage there, and then also just landing those sweet directs on Spork there on the Mercy. That was just absolutely nuts there, bud. Great stuff.
Right, and Evan actually did switch over to that McCree upon seeing the Pharah. We'll have to see if he can really counter it. Spork switching over to the Pharah as well. Just looking for those air-to-air battles.
I need a doctor.
Earth Shatter coming out from Catlord, actually. Solo ult onto the Froyo bro, but unable to get Froyo bro out of the mech.
No payment.
Right now, Warrionator going down to Evan. Evan's taking down Bark as well. Lunar taking down Gizmo. That is not good. The res is gone. The huge source of healing as well. And now Lunar's just going to be holding this point down as the rest of the Wolfpack run in. High Noon's just going to zone this point, and it looks like the Warrionator just has to wait. Evan able to take down Gizmo with that High Noon, and that's the point for the Wolfpack.
It seemed like there was a little bit of a rift in the defense there. They kind of got really split there, and then there were some choices made that I don't entirely agree with. But one of the key things of these two CPs, especially this map, is just holding the high ground there on that second point. And by giving up that high ground and essentially letting the offense walk in and control 2/3 of the map, you're really setting yourself up for a really hard defense. And then what we saw ultimately cause the fail was Lunar essentially just walked on the point and said, "Hey guys, I'm just going to take this. Okay, thanks." And he did that. He walked on, he held the point by himself, and then eventually they just managed to control and capture that point. And that's something that you absolutely, as a defensive team, cannot let happen. You have to be just putting bodies on the point and really working yourself to make sure that they're not getting points for free, in a sense. And just, you don't have to be winning the fight, you just have to be fighting on the point. And ultimately that defense just got a little frazzled, it looked like. But that's okay. Heading into this offense, I think that this is the time to shine for the Birds of Prey. Phoenix ultimately was really successful on that Tracer pick, and I think that's something that's definitely going to be a comfort pick for him coming into this attack. And then also we saw Warionator coming in huge in the Pharah pick. And if he can get a successful flank in coordination with Phoenix and get really locked on that damage, we're going to see a really quick take here. But again, what we're going to see is this really strong defensive combination of Froyo Bro on the Reinhardt and Sexy Sniper on the Orisa. And this is something that I think, at least from my recall, they have not lost a single point with. They've always full held with this defense, or they've always held them. And this is something that the Birds of Prey are just going to have to break this incredibly tough defense here with the Reinhardt Orisa combo.
Right, now we have the double shields coming out from this defense. Hopefully Gizmo is able to get the shield broken. But Warrior is going to go down really early to Lunar. Lunar also getting to pick on the Gizmo. That's already a dead push. Catlord's going to be charging into the wall, but both teams actually running the double shield comp. We'll just have to see who can break their shield faster, I guess. Lunar landing a third pick in this fight. Now Froyo Bro's gonna run in, get the pin onto Phoenix. He's gonna get pinned himself. We'll have to see if the rest of the team can help him out. Froyo Bro's landing the fire strike on the Catlord, and Lunar able to take down Warrior again. Lunar is just going off on this defense right now.
Lunar is definitely a really solid hitscan player. I believe he is the highest ranking player on the field, and he just really shines in this creepy. You know, time and time again, if you give this man room, he's gonna use it. You know, he just walked out there and got 2 picks there for free, and you really gotta get a D.Va on him or something and just chase him around the entire map. Right, D.Va is a great pick to take down the star power on the other team. Riptire's gonna be coming out from Evan. It's running around, able to take down Gizmo. No red. It doesn't look like it's going to be res because they're not running a Mercy, but now there's the Birds of Prey opting to take the high ground. It's a very good idea, just like having some cover, able to have a different avenue of attack. Lunar's still landing these picks onto Warionator. It's just playing so safe right now. Lunar also getting the pick onto Soul. He's just going off right now. There's nothing else to be said. I mean, look at his positioning. This man has no fear whatsoever. He's just, I'm gonna hit headshots and I'm gonna do that all day. And until they stop him, it's gonna be a really hard offense here. What we really need to see is there's some really good tank play just to shut down this man on the McCree pick.
Right, and that mini graviton is going to set up Gizmo for a kill by Lunar once again. Right now, it looks like the Birds of Prey had a bit of a loss for what to do. The ultimate's gonna be coming out. Able to take down 2. Phoenix and Bark both going down. The Birds of Prey need to pull out right now. Just no healing. Catler's gonna charge in, and Spork will get the kill onto him. And Lunar just pushing forward ever, just running around amok.
He has no fear. I mean, when the man's going off, you know, when the man's real hot, you know, he's just really going off. That's one of those things that you have to really just be prepared for. You have to say, hey guys, we're gonna take it slow and we're gonna shut this man down. And so far they're not successful at that.
Right, Gizmo able to take down Evan, but that's gonna be rezzed immediately. It's a 6v5 still.
60 seconds.
And Evan's just gonna keep raining death. Evan's gonna the Junkrat's gonna take down Pharah, and Froyo Bro's gonna land a huge shatter right now, taking down both supports. But he gets booped away by Bark. Gizmo able to take down Spork. This could be the chance. If they can just speed boost onto the point. They have 5 ultimates ready, and no mercy on the side of the Wolfpack.
You know, I don't mean to be harping on Spork again, but man, this guy's mercy is just really legendary. You know, like other than a little bit too much pistolier action, we're seeing some absolute clutch rifles coming up from him.
Right now, several ultimates gonna be coming out. High Noon is able to take down Phoenix. Catlord's gonna destroy the supercharger, but now Warionator's gonna kill himself with the barrage. Looks like, and then Weewaifu's able to clean up Catlord. Gizmo runs onto point, loses the Riptire unfortunately. Spork able to take him down before any damage is done. Now the Birds of Prey are going to be caught in their spawn.
Victory.
That is just you know, I'm telling you, man, this Orisa Reinhardt combo, you know, Lunar, it was definitely a sick frag there, but the reason why he was able to have that sick frag presence was definitely because of his tank play. You know, Reinhardt Orisa on this point is just absolutely so lethal, and coming into this uncoordination that we have, you know, the timing is just not quite perfect with all these different team members. It just makes it really difficult to be successful.